Hey there, this is Fernando, aka Proto Finds. Welcome to my closet. Welcome. Today's video, we're going to be watching or talk about Larry Summers. Who is this guy, Larry Summers? For some of you guys know, as old as I am, you probably recognize him. I think he was working with Bill Clinton or something like that. You know, So this is a huge story that just came out. I think today he actually stepped down as the board from the OpenAI, right? So he is a former Treasury Secretary, a Democrat insider, and he's one of the high-profile economists. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, his name got dragged, or not dragged, but I think they found his name and email and all that, so he has to step down. So suddenly he just resigned, stepped down from the board of OpenAI. So there's a video here that we're going to watch, and then we're going to continue to watch or talk about this. All right, I'm going to keep it under 10 minutes, so it'll be sweet and short. Now, and also, this is my opinion, and a lot of these things is going to be just my opinion, my take. It's my, YouTube channel, so I can do, I can say what I want to say. If you think that's stupid, you're more than welcome to comment. So let's watch the video first.
University is reinvestigating connections between its former president Larry Summers and sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. A statement from Harvard's spokesperson on Wednesday said the university is conducting a review of information concerning individuals at Harvard included in the newly released Jeffrey Epstein documents to evaluate what actions may be warranted. The university didn't mention Summers by name, but the decision to reopen a probe follows the release of emails showing Summers continued a friendship with Epstein long after the financier's 2008 guilty plea for soliciting prostitution from an underage girl. Summers subsequently announced that he would be stepping back from public commitments. His office said that includes resigning from the board of directors of OpenAI, the maker of ChatGPT. Harvard's earlier review, which was completed in 2020, found that Epstein visited the university's campus more than 40 times after his 2008 sex crimes conviction and was given his own office and complete access to a research center he helped establish. Summers was Harvard's president for 5 years from 2001 to 2006. When asked about the emails last week, Summers issued a statement saying he has great regrets in his life and that his association with Epstein was a major error in judgment.
Okay, so there you have it. There you have it. Larry Summers. Larry Summers, where you at? Here we go. Yeah, Larry Summers. So he stepped down, right? I wonder why. So, like I said, he was the Treasury Secretary under Bill Clinton. He was back in the day. He was one of the high profile economists, and a former president of Harvard University. And then since 2023, he was the board member of OpenAI. This is the company behind the ChatGPT. He's a centrist, a Democrat. He was pro-market, pro-globalization, pro-corporate regulations, and regularly clashes with the far left like Bernie Warren and AOC. Now, he opened AI because, he wants to bring stability. I doubt that, but I think he joined AI. He was hired at OpenAI because of his, caliber, meaning what he knows. You know what I mean? So he's a high-profile economist. So, and now the bombshell hit that he is stepping down. I think there was a video on YouTube that there was a video of him talking to his students regarding about that he is stepping down. So there are multiple outlets actually reporting this, including Reuters and the Washington Post, and that did confirm that Summers had an ongoing communication and ties with Jeffrey Epstein. This is after Epstein was convicted being a sex offender. So There was what they found was actually casual emails, fundraising conversation, consulting requests, and all of that. I mean, they were friends, but he didn't know. Probably Larry Summers did not know how far, or maybe he didn't care. I don't know. You know. So he did resign, right? So why is this matter? Now, OpenAI now is scrambling, right? So and they're actually, I mean, if I'm the OpenAI, I'll be terrified too. So even if it's just one board or member of the board, and it's directly tied to Epstein, this is a massive political and public blowback, right? So as you know that the OpenAI is still, they're extremely political, and Summers is the big Democratic establishment name, you know. So um, what's next for them? I mean, you're gonna see. Probably this is just the tip of the iceberg. I think you're gonna see a lot of people resigns and mass resignations. OpenAI is probably gonna have some lawsuits coming in. You know. Um, so what does this mean politically, actually, right now? Because I know that the Epstein's, what's going on in the Epstein thing, it's about, like, Democrats pushing it, blaming it on Trump, you know, and the Republicans are doing it, or they're with Epstein, including Trump and all of that, and Republican is saying no, this is all Democrats. So there's like this battling thing, this pushing things, right? So I mean, you have to understand, Epstein was he was big name. I mean, he was not a big name to say, but he wanted to be with big names, including Trump's or other big, or the political heavy hitters, what you want to call it. So and Summers a major, he's a major insider. He's sure the go-to guy on the Democratic Party back then. If they want to reach out for like fundraising and whatnot, he's Summers is there. He's been doing that for decades, man, since Bill Clinton and all that. So, and now we start seeing high level figures like Summers, and mostly it's on the side of the politics now, right? So so why the question is, why were so many powerful people still talking to Epstein's after that? I mean, Trump actually, when he found out, you can look this up, when he found out that Epstein's was actually recruiting girls in the Gulf Wars, I think Mar-a-Lago, yeah, that was, I think, Mar-a-Lago, when he was actively recruiting, he actually told his staff that Epstein's and his friends and all that are not allowed to be in Mar-a-Lago. So Trump already distanced himself, from that. So yeah, that's why it's like, now that it's been coming up that there are political figures, higher political figures, starting with Summers, and that is going to be this is all in the Democrats' fault, because they're the one that pushing it. Now Trump says, hey, the House should sign the bill, release all the files, and I will sign it. Now what I heard is actually Johnson on the Republican side is not liking it because of, I don't know, his reason. His reason was that there's going to be some damage and to people has already been damaged. I think that's what he said. I'm paraphrasing that. Maybe he said something else, but that was his take. So and you're gonna see that there's a lot of politicians that's going to be distancing themselves from Summers, especially the Democrats. Oh my goodness, and Clinton. He's probably shaking right now. Clinton's probably like, what the heck is going on? You know what I mean? So, um, so now let's see what's gonna happen. It's just gonna be cascading. It's gonna be, that's gonna be a lot of people, a lot of political figures are gonna be falling like dominoes. I mean, probably gonna be on both sides, Republicans and and Democrats. So we shall see. So he's out on OpenAI, and OpenAI is probably scrambling right now. So we shall see. All right, my 10 minutes up. So follow me. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this. Is this going to be just, nothing's going to happen, or is it going to be a ripple, or it's going to be a ripple that is going, or a tip of the iceberg that is going to cascade or domino effect. Let me know. Let me know what you think. All right. Peace.